An ex-high-ranking executive at Nissan says that hybrids are a road to hell and they will doom companies like Toyota who believe these are the answer, the solution. He's saying that this is the mistake Stellantis made. Stellantis was like, hey, hang on, record profits. Isn't this wonderful? That was last year, by the way, guys. Record profits, we're doing great, everything's wonderful. And then all of a sudden, everything went to poo within a very short period of time. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Think about it. Think about this, right? This is the strategy of legacy automakers. It's hybrids, hybrid, hybrid. You don't have to put a very big battery in it. You don't have to make it properly be able to charge itself, right? Be able to plug it into the wall so you can actually use your solar from your home. Big problem in Australia because there's 4.2 million households here in Australia with solar. That's about 35% of Australian households now have big solar panels on them, and they want to be able to do this, right? Big mistake, I think, from Toyota, big mistake from companies, other companies doing hybrids, releasing new hybrids, and they're not plug-in hybrids. Even Nissan executives are saying the same thing. The battle of electric versus every other powertrain is an ongoing issue. A lot of people say, well, I don't want an electric vehicle because I'm scared, or, I've got range anxiety, therefore I'll get a hybrid. That normally when people say, therefore I'll get a hybrid, they're not thinking to themselves, I'll get a traditional hybrid. They're thinking a plug-in hybrid, right? That's the answer. That's the solution for them. Now, aside from the fact that these cars are very, very, very dangerous in a crash, they are, it's true, plug-in hybrid and hybrid fires are literally 100 times more likely than an electric car fire in a crash. That's the one issue and the one reason I'll never be buying one, guys. I'll stick to that, all right? I love you said to me, you know what, Sam? You want an electric pickup truck, but in Australia you can't get one. Why don't you just get a BYD Shark? Well, the BYD Shark is a plug-in hybrid. Not going to be going there, guys. It's not going to be happening. Put it that way. But basically, automakers think just make a cheap hybrid, put a small battery in it, right? This is what Toyota's doing. Put a small battery in it, and you've satisfied the Muppet masses. What do I mean by the Muppet masses? The masses are not educated. Let's think about it. The masses believe stuff like EV batteries will blow up, EV batteries will cost more than the car to replace, EV batteries will have to be replaced within 4 or 5 years' time. They're the Muppet masses. They're the masses of people who are, to be honest, kind of stupid, because you can easily discover the fact that that isn't true. None of those things are true. EV myths are very obviously myths. But the Muppet masses believe this stuff. So Toyota's like, and Nissan and other car manufacturers, well, these Muppet masses aren't very smart. Just give them one of these crappy hybrids, small battery in it, so like a 3, 4, 10 kilowatt hour battery won't cost us much money. They'll buy them, they'll buy them, they'll love them. Yeah, that might work for a little while, but eventually these Muppet masses actually get educated and learn there's a better option, much better option. Executives are talking about how the West is losing the world automotive industry, and it's absolutely true. There's no question it's true. China is now by far the largest automaker in the world. China owns around 36% of the entire global automotive industry. That's way bigger than the second place, the United States. Way bigger. And the US industry is shrinking. It's shrinking because US manufacturers are losing sales outside of America. Their sales percentages are going down, especially in places like China. So, this executive from Nissan, he's got a pretty good point here. Basically, he says the West is losing the race for electrification supremacy and losing the race for the entire automotive industry. The winner, in his eyes, is China, which essentially has a cheat code to winning thanks to the rest of the world's weak commitment to electrification. Whether that be hybrids or not, keep this in mind. If Toyota's hybrids were so good, why did Toyota officially tell everyone, your hybrid right now is obsolete? That's basically what they told everyone. Everyone who, if you own a Toyota right now, and if you just bought one, it's obsolete already. That's a fact. Toyota have admitted that. Toyota said their new hybrids will be built around BYD's plug-in hybrid system that BYD has been selling now for 2 years? 2 years, right? By the time Toyota released these new hybrids, which are using BYD's plug-in hybrid system and BYD's engines and everything else, it's basically an entire BYD chassis, skateboard, etc. By the time Toyota have those, I'm going to guess that BYD's new version will be even better. But the point is, if Toyota are saying that's the new version we'll be using, and you can buy that today, it's already in a BYD vehicle, right? Doesn't that mean Toyota's saying to you your vehicle is already obsolete and other automakers using what we'll be using in the future? And by the time we bring that out, China's going to have something better. Think about it. Look at Geely's new plug-in hybrids. XPeng have a new plug-in hybrid. These vehicles are getting more and more advanced, and the West is not making them. They're not making them. Hybrids, the West, the most advanced hybrids, the West isn't making them. Hybrids are a road to hell, though, and I'm talking traditional hybrids, said this executive from Nissan. They are a transition strategy, and the longer you stay on that transition, the less quickly you ramp up into the new world, said Palmer during this interview. If you just delay transitioning to EVs by diluting it with hybrids, then you are more uncompetitive for longer, and you allow the Chinese to continue to develop their market and their leadership. I honestly think it's a fool's errand. Essentially, navigating the road to electrification is akin to walking a tightrope. China is all in. Because China is all in, they're making a lot more product. MoS Law, yeah, you all understand how that works. You make more, it costs a lot less to make each one. Now think about it, right? Jump on Alibaba, AliExpress, and there's always an option, buy 99 of these, you get the price for 50% discount, right? Buy one, the price is way higher. The same thing applies, and it's the same exact reason why General Motors, Ford, Volkswagen, they're all losing money on the electric cars they sell. They all are. Rivian is, Lucid is, and we're talking car manufacturers that are just making EVs, and they're still making a loss on the EVs they sell. Even NIO's making a loss on the cars they sell. So you've got to be making a lot of one type of vehicle to make a profit on that vehicle, because the West or legacy automakers are not doing that. They're diluting themselves, making lots of different models. They've got standard hybrids, they've got plug-in hybrids, they've got HEVs, they've got standard petrol cars, they've got diesel cars, then they make a few EVs on the side. It's not a good strategy. Palmer's real critique is that hybrids are merely a stopgap, and I believe this is correct. His belief is that investment in these platforms simply delays the inevitable transition to fully electric cars, diluting the market with uncompetitive cars while China extends its EV dominance across the industry. While China is going all in, and this, my friends, is why I've been criticizing BYD. I think BYD is diluting themselves too much, but let's move on from that. Think about it. Geely bringing out brand new batteries, the Golden Brick battery, the Short Blade Aegis battery, CATL. They have 5 new batteries. They have a 1 million kilometer warranty battery, guaranteed to have 80% of its original capacity even after it's done 1 million kilometers. They have advanced new batteries called the condensed battery with 500 watt hours of energy density per kilogram, more than any other company in the world. Chinese automakers are bringing out these new revolutions almost weekly. Legacy automakers are simply talking about it. They're talking about their solid state batteries saving the company. They're talking about what they're going to do, but not actually really doing it. This dominance is fueled in part by nearly $320 billion in government subsidies doled out by the Chinese government since 2009. The funds have helped China to invest heavily in EV tech and software. So has the bloodbath. I mean, you have to compete in China because everyone is selling at low cost. You're forced to bring your prices down. You're forced to do things like copy Tesla's gigacasting, structural battery packs, find cheaper ways to cheaper and better ways to manufacture vehicles, to make more efficient batteries, because if you don't, you'll go bankrupt, like some Chinese companies already have. Battery giants like CATL have created some of the best batteries in the world. But not only that, they're now creating skateboards that basically are revolutionizing the car. The West is just looking on and sort of doing nothing. The Chinese cars are bloody good, Palmer said. We're talking a Nissan executive here saying this, applauding the cars by saying they have remarkable value. He said, I think the Chinese firms will learn from competing in Europe because that's the toughest market in the world. If they can do that, they're going to be unbeatable. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with Palmer? Do you think that what I've said in this video resonates with you? Does that gel with your experience from what you've been reading and what you've been seeing over the last few years? Let me know what you think in the comments.